Hello Year 4, it's Miss Louise here. Welcome to Tuesday's maths lesson. Let's start with Give Me 5. On this last one here, you are finding this mixed number. Okay, just to let you know. Make sure you've got your pencil and paper and a 5-minute timer, and off you go. Okay, well done. Now it's time to go through some answers. So 4 times 9. We can count up in 4s until we have put up 9 figures. Okay, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. 4 times 9 is 36. This next one here, you can use column addition, or you can add 2 onto 198 and it becomes 200. Okay, so we're adding on 200. Okay, so we're changing this one, so 300 becomes 500. So we get 5,500, but then we have got to take away that extra 2 we added on, so we get 5,595. Well done. Next one, put 42 into 7 groups. I think I gave away the answer there. This is a division question, so we are dividing 42 by 7, and the answer to that is 6. Next one then, we can use our column subtraction, but making sure we have the right place value columns. Remember, this number only is in the hundreds, this one goes up to the thousands, so we need to get those lined up properly, and we get 9,025. And this last one here, we can see we've got on our number line 1, 2 and 3, but we've also got these marks halfway between, so it must be half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. There we go. Well done if you got any of those right, that's brilliant. Let's have a look at what we're doing today. We've got a question to start us off here. What does the term equivalent mean? Have a little think about that now. Yeah, equivalent means equal to or the same as. Okay, equal to or the same as. Let's see how that word is going to help us today. Here we have a fraction. Here we have a fraction wall. Now fraction walls really help us. Have a look at this. What fractions are equivalent? Which ones hold the same value? I'll start us off here. We've got a half here, but if we go down we can see a quarter and another quarter, that's 2 quarters. They take up the same amount of space as a half. So 2 quarters is equivalent to 1 half. If we go down to again, we can see that 3 of these 6, so 3, 6, also take up the same space as 2 quarters or a half. And if we go down even further, 1, 2, 3, 4 eighths takes up the same space as 3 sixths, 2 quarters and a half as well. We can also see that 2 tenths takes up the same amount as 1 fifth. And 2 sixths takes up the same amount as 1 third. Okay, so have a look at this fraction wall. See how it might help us in our learning today. Okay, we have got some fraction cards here. We've got 4 eighths, 2 quarters, 3 sixths, 3 quarters, 1 third, 1 half, 3 eighths, 3 twelfths, 2 eighths and a quarter. And we're being told here to pick numbers that are equal. Have a little look. Do we think we can pick some fractions that are equal to each other, and can we prove it? If you think you've done that, can you use multiplication or division facts to explain how you know that they are equal? Let's have a little look then. Okay. This person picks 2/4, 1/2 and 4/8. So is 1/2 equal to 2/4 equal to 4/8? Let's use our fractions wall. Here we go. So we've got 1 to help us here. So 1/2 takes up the same amount of space as 2/4. It takes up the same amount of space as 4/8. Okay, so we can see that these fractions are equivalent by using this fraction wall because they take up the same amount of space. What's the same about these fractions? Yeah, they take up the same amount of space. They're all the same as half of a whole. What's different? Well, they've got different denominators, haven't they? Different numbers at the bottom and different numerators too, with the ones that are equal. 1/2 is the same as 2/4 is the same as 4/8. What do you notice about those numbers? How could halving and doubling help us prove this? Have a look at this while you're halving and doubling. Yeah, so we start with a half. If we times 1 by 2, we get 2. And if we times 2 by 2, we get 4. If we times 1 by 4, we get 4. If we times 2 by 4, we get 8. If we double and double again and double again, it seems to follow a pattern. Let's keep going. Is 2/4 the same as a half? Let's have a look. Can you use a fraction wall to prove that a half is the same as 2/4? Yes, we can. Okay. Let's have a look at what's happening here in this bubble. The 2 is being changed to a 1. It's being halved. The 4 is being changed to a 2. It's being halved. Each smaller part is a 1/4 and each larger part is a 1/2. Okay, so we're dividing the 2 by 2. We're dividing the 4 by 2 to get 2. Let's have a look at this one then. Is 1/4 the same as 2/8, the same as 3/4? Let's have a look. Let's take this red thing away. Well, 1/4 is the same as 2/8. That works out. They take up the same amount of space. 1/4 is the same as 2/8. So we're doubling our numerator and we're doubling our denominator as well. We're doing the same thing to both top and bottom. Oh, is 1/4 the same as 3/4? Well, they don't take up the same amount of space here on our fraction wall. No, 3/4 is more than 1/4. Okay, they're not equivalent. The denominator has stayed the same. Nothing's been done to that. Our top number, the numerator, has been times by 3, but nothing has happened here to our denominator. And our fraction wall helps us to prove that. Here's our guided practice then. So if you want to have a go at it by yourself, you can pause the video now. If you want to work through it with me, then let's go. Okay, so 1/3 is the same as a number of sixths. Let's have a look. What have we done to this 3 to get 6? That's right, we've doubled it. We've times it by 2. So if we times the bottom by 2, we need to times the top by 2. Okay, 1 times 2 is 2. There we go. This time, we've times it by 3. So our original number has been times by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. So then we need to do 3 times 3. 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, so 1/3 is the same as 2/6 is the same as 3/9. Okay, so 1/3, and I'm going to draw it out on my fraction wall, is the same as 2/6. Each of these is going to be a 6th. That is a 6 there. Ooh, it's a very bad 6. Is the same as 3/9. So each of these is a 9th. Next one. 2/3 is the same as 6 somethings. Oh, let's have a look. So what have we done to 2 to get to 6? We've times it by 3. Okay? So we need to times the 3 by 3 this time. Get 9. Okay? What have we done here to 3 to get to 6? We've times it by 2. 3 to get to 6, we times it by 2. Which means we need to times this 2 by 2 to get 4. And again, we can use our fraction wall to help us. So here's another third. So 2/3 now, so ones that come all the way out to here. These are 6ths as well. Okay, so 2/3, the same as 1, 2, 3, 4 6ths, and the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 9ths. Okay, next question then. We're looking at 5ths now. So 1/5 is the same as 2 what? So what have we done? We've times the 1 by 2 to get 2. So we're going to times the 5 by 2 to get 10. Okay, so 1/5 is the same as 2/10. So let's pop that into our fraction wall. This is 1/10 and another 10th. Okay, 2/10. And then to get this 3, we times the 1 by 3. So we need to times the 5 by 3, which gets us 15. Okay, so 1/5 is the same as 2/10 and 3/15, which are quite small. I'm going to just draw a little arrow to that actually, and so we know that that is a 15th. Let's go to here, 3/5 now. So looking at 3/5, 1, 2, 3/5 is the same as something tenths, okay? Let's add that on. Let's add those tenths on. And so each part of this is a tenth. So 1/10, 2/10, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/10. Let's check if that's right. We had to times 5 by 2 to get to 10, and we have to times 3 by 2 to get to 6. Okay. Oh, and now we've been left this one blank. I think they want us to use 15ths this time as well. It's a very wiggly line there. I'm drawing out our 15ths then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 15ths. Let's check that. Okay. We have to times 3 by 3 to get 9, and we have to times 5 by 3 to get 15, so they are equivalent. It's time for our worksheet now then. I know that this is a little bit tricky, so try and work through it on your own. Okay, try and work through it on your own. We're using this fraction wall, so use the fraction wall to help you. Okay, use the fraction walls and multiplying, dividing, doubling and halving to help you. Pause the video and we'll go through the answers together. Okay, well done. Here are our answers then. So we have used this fraction wall. So 1/2 is the same as 2/4 is the same as 3/6. Okay, you can see here we've times 2 by 2 to get 4, so we've had to times 1 by 2 to get 2. And the same here, we've had to times 1 by 3 to get 3, so we are timesing 2 by 3 to get 6. Next one, we've got fifths, tenths and 15ths again. Okay, so 4/5 is the same as 12/10 is the same as 8/10 is the same as 12/15 and 16/20. Okay, it gets quite small, but we can use our timesing to help us. Okay, so we know that 20 was given to us. We have to times 5 by 4 to get 20, so we need to do the same thing to the top. We need to times 4 by 4 to get 16. Next page. Okay, what did we do to get 8? We times this by 2, so we times the top by 2. What did we have to do to get 3 from this 1? We timesed it by 3, so we times 4 by 3. Okay, and the same thing has been done for all of these. We had to times 4 by 3, so we do the 2 times 3, which is 6. Okay, then we had to divide 2 by 2, which means we had to divide 4 by 2. Okay, so here's our answers. Same with these 7ths here. These were a little bit trickier. We had to, what did we have to do to the 7 to get 49? We had to times it by 7, which means we have to times the 6 by 7 to get 42. This is where our times table skills really come in handy. Okay, if you think you've been challenged enough by maths today, which I know it has been tricky, so well done, then you can stop your maths lesson there. If not, here is even more of a challenge. Okay, you pause the video, check back for challenge answers. Here are our challenge answers. You could have loads of possibilities on this one. Okay, lots of answers here, and this one either isn't quite correct. Okay, not equivalent fractions because the numerators, the top numbers are the same. We know that when the numerators are the same, the larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. Okay, so the larger the number is, the smaller it is. So these two numbers are not the same. Well done guys on today's lesson. I'll see you tomorrow.